The brutal murder of Mr. Khashoggi demands that we make clear that U.S. support for Saudi Arabia is not unconditional. It's time to stop the war in Yemen. Last February, Senator Bernie Sanders, along with Senator Mike Lee of Utah and Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut, introduced Senate Joint Resolution 54, calling on the president to withdraw from the Saudi-led war in Yemen. They did this for two reasons. The first is that the war is a strategic and moral disaster for the United States. The second is that the time is long overdue for Congress to reassert its authority over matters of war. In March, the Senate tabled this resolution by a vote of 55-44. Since then, the crisis has only gotten worse and America's complicity even greater. The recent murder of Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi underscores how urgent it has become for the United States to redefine our relationship with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and to show that U.S. support is not a blank check. Ending U.S. support for the Saudi-led war in Yemen is one place we can do this. Not only has this war created a humanitarian disaster in one of the region's poorest countries, U.S. involvement in this war has not been authorized by Congress. In March 2015, a coalition of Arab states led by Saudi Arabia and the United Emirates launched a war against Yemen's Houthi rebels. Since then, tens of thousands of civilians have been killed, many more have been displaced, and millions are at the risk of the most severe famine in over 100 years, according to the United Nations. The United States has been providing the bombs the Saudi-led coalition is using in this war, refueling their planes before they drop those bombs, and assisting with the intelligence used in choosing the targets. In far too many cases, those targets have been civilians. In one of the more horrible recent instances, in August, a US-made bomb obliterated a school bus full of young boys, killing dozens and wounding many more. A CNN report found evidence that US weapons have been used in a string of deadly attacks on civilians since the war began in 2015. Above and beyond the catastrophe that this war has created, the fact is that US engagement in Yemen has not been authorized by Congress and is therefore unconstitutional. Article 1 of the US Constitution clearly states that it is Congress, not the President, that has the power to declare war. Over many years, Congress has allowed that power to ebb. It's time for that to change. The administration's announcement that it is ending U.S. refueling of Saudi aircraft in Yemen is a good step, but it's not enough. U.S. participation in this conflict must end completely. SJ Res 54 will enable Congress to compel an end to U.S. participation in the Yemen war as a matter of law, not simply as a matter of the President's discretion. In the next few weeks, SJ Res 54 will be brought back to the floor, and the Senate will have an opportunity to vote on it again.